We're going to kick off today, and you've heard in the news all this afternoon, Police Commissioner Andrew Costa alongside Police Minister Mark Mitchell today announced a national gang unit will be formed to crack down on gang crime and gangs' antisocial behaviour. It will be a dedicated, specialised gang unit of about 25 to 30 people with ring-fence staff of up to 7 in every police district across the country. Now, this will be, I believe, we'll find out, in continuation with Operation Cobalt that was introduced in 2022. Incoming legislation, they say, will provide new tools for police to deal with gangs. So what will this special unit be able to do? What are these new tools? Of what we speak? Mark Mitchell, Police Commissioner, joins me now. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Leah. How are you?
I'm good. National Gang Unit. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, very good announcement today by the Commissioner.
Yes, I saw part of it. Sorry, I did miss the beginning. I was trying to get the show together. But before we jump in, Mark, I mentioned Operation Cobalt. Is that still up and running? And what's that focusing on?
Yes, so Cobalt is, and Cobalt, of course, was also focused on organised crime and gangs. It's more... That operation was more about coordinating staff around the country as well, and sort of, capturing activity that staff around the country were involved in dealing with gangs. This announcement today, these are dedicated, specialised, units or task force units that are going to be specifically focused on disrupting and targeting gangs.
Okay, so with the figures that you guys have put out, 25 to 30 people, as mentioned, and then ring-fence staff of about 7 for every police district across the country. Am I right? Is there about 12 districts? Is that the number?
Yes, there are. Yes,
okay.
That's correct. So every district will have a gang interruption unit, and look, these specialised units are highly effective. You have them to deal with drugs, you have crime control units, and they are very, very effective. So, and of course, they've been established in anticipation of the legislation that's going to be passed later this year.
Okay, will they be completely new staff assigned particularly for this, or is it going to be a mixture of other frontline staff that will be part of it as well? Has that been established?
Yeah, today on the stand-up, the Commissioner, because this is operational, so the Commissioner needs to speak to it, but he indicated that it'll be a mix of experienced staff and new staff, because, of course, we made a commitment to recruit, train and deploy an additional 500 sworn frontline police officers.
Okay, is this similar to the Strike Force Raptor units that have been up and running in Australia?
It's a bit different to the Raptor unit, but obviously Strike Force Raptor in Australia has been highly successful. When the gangs tend to play up and get involved in sort of inter-gang warfare or that type of thing, the community's always immediately called for Strike Force Raptor. It's been very effective in targeting and suppressing gangs in Australia, and I anticipate that the units that were announced today by the Commissioner will do the same thing.
Mark, they've kind of got a bit of a buttier name, haven't they? Strike Force Raptor versus National Gang Unit. Just saying.
They have.
They've gone straight.
We can't go stealing the Australians, though.
No, that's a good name. Mark, all serious now, what is this unit going to be able to do that at the moment the police can't do? Like, what extra powers are we talking?
Well, they've got all the powers that are obviously available to every other frontline police officer, but they're going to be solely focused on the gangs. So they will just be laser focused on making sure that they create maximum damage and suppress the gangs.
So there'll be this is their 100% focus. They won't be going off to do anything else. So are we still talking giving disruption notice when gangs, get together, dispersal notices?
Yes.
The banning of patches, all of that?
Yeah, so all frontline police officers will have access to those powers, but these gang units will definitely be using them more, and that'll be obviously the banning of gang patches, the dispersal notices, and like you said, the non-consulting orders.
Will gang insignia apply if they're at a tangi or a funeral?
If they're wearing them in public, then they'll have to take them off. If they're on a private property, or on a marae, then they're fine. But if they
Right.
are wearing them in public, then they will have to remove them.
I think it was Paul Goldsmith, Mark, that had mentioned earlier in the year when he was talking about this, that there would be fines as well as taking the. Will patches be taken, or are there fines in public of wearing patches? Because he mentioned something like $5,000 or 6 months in prison.
Well,
Is that part of it?
Well, there is. There's a term of imprisonment and a fine. So if they are non-compliant, if they refuse to comply with our police officers, and the police have got the ability to get a warrant and go and search their property, and they also have got a power of arrest and the courts have got the ability to apply a fine.